Welcome to the Not Nerd Show. I'm Nate Heath, and we're here to help you tech better. Here with me, as always, Mr. Dave Baylor.
Hey there, hi there, ho there, Nate. Hey,
Hello.
before we get started, I want to just say real quick, I had a little bit of FOMO, and I I don't like being left out. And so no tricks this time. I bought the Vision Pro, and you can
Oh,
tell
you did it. You
I
pulled
did
the
it,
trigger.
and you can tell because of the what do they call it?
Eyesight.
The eyesight. Here you go. What do you think? No?
Oh,
It
that
looks
is
exactly like yours now,
perfect.
right?
Yeah,
No.
that is spot on.
Yeah.
I like
So,
it.
so
You
anyway, there you go. So welcome to the club, I
keep that
guess.
up. Well, nice. Well, we have got tons to talk about today. The Super Bowl happened. Disney wants in on Fortnite. It's time to say goodbye to iTunes for real. For real this time.
For
That
real
and so
this
much
time.
more on this show. Man, yeah, all kinds of new. The tech news, it does not stop happening.
It
Did you ever
doesn't.
know that? It's
I
like
noticed.
technology keeps advancing at a rapid pace and things keep changing, and we
And
try to keep up with it. But
yeah.
yeah, before I get to what's backwards on my head, for the viewers at home, you might notice that I upgraded the lighting and
hmm
set up in my room a little bit here.
It looks like you got a new house, honestly.
Yes, yeah, we upgraded. It's about 12,000 square feet, designed by Wes Anderson.
And
So,
one thing I noticed is that it is almost exactly mirror image.
yeah,
Even
yes.
the shadows seem to behave that way. So good job on doing that.
Yes. Yes.
So,
No, I've been playing around. I had a background that I used to use for some stuff, and I had a green screen that we did some Christmas pictures, and so let's see if I can show you what actually is happening in my room. There it is. It is
oh
a
boy.
large, I think it's a like 9 by 7 foot green screen fabric thing, a little wrinkled, but once you switch back to the that with some good lighting, just trying something different
It
out.
looks great.
Always,
Hey,
always be tinkering.
yeah, that's our thing. And I don't want to hesitate in saying that Dr. RIP VHS made it. He said
Yes,
screw it to school, and he is.
he dropped out of school so that he could be here for the podcast tonight. Well, thank you for
Yeah.
that,
So for those of you who aren't
producer
even willing
Todd.
to like drop an appointment or not maybe watch that 15th episode of this show you're binging to do the podcast, producer Todd skipped school. Maybe he
Yeah,
quit. Who knows?
yes, yes, and or maybe he's doing school right now and watching the
It's
podcast.
possible. It's possible. But I'm very curious, Nathan, what is on the backside of that hat?
Well, let us
Tomato.
rotate.
Oh, Land Frost Deli Meats. Or is it Land
Lando
O
Frost.
Frost?
Lando Frost Deli Meats
Wow.
for
What is
fine
the
deli
Land O
meat.
Frost? Is that Canada?
I don't know. I remember eating. I don't know if they still exist, but I remember a lot of Lando Frost deli meats,
Hmm.
prepackaged deli meats in my youth.
That was Lando Calrissian's
Oh,
maiden name,
yes.
Lando Frost, before he got married to Mrs. Calrissian and took her name.
I don't know if this hat is naturally crooked or if my head is off kilter, but
You know, maybe we mentioned this before, but my head is slightly not proportional. So when I
askew.
wear the hat, it kind of just tilts just a little
A
bit,
little
about
swagger,
five
built-in swagger.
5 degrees. Yeah,
Nice. Very nice.
yeah.
Well, let us get into some follow-up. We like to check in every year. The superb owl happened 2 days ago, and there are many a commercial, including some tech ones. It seems
Oh,
to be less tech focused. Besides Temu, they were very clear in their many, many commercials that it is not Temu, it
it's
is Temu.
Temu.
Temu, which okay,
Whatever.
GIF. But yeah, they had a bunch of commercials that really, I mean, I'm a big fan of Temu, but the commercials, it was like this
It's
animated,
terrible.
like you can buy all kinds of
It
stuff.
was
I don't
weren't
know.
they computer generated people in there too?
It it looked like it.
They were
It
a little
looked like it.
off-putting.
So yes. But I did find a couple articles I put in the show notes of. Come on, open articles. There we go. One was just some of the tech ads. Microsoft, a long inspirational ad for Copilot. There was Google's Pixel 8 helps people with vision problems take photos. T-Mobile had the one with Jason
Yeah.
Momoa singing and dancing. CrowdStrike,
That one was
VW.
definitely CG with
Pfizer had a minute-long ad. NASA. Were there any commercials that stuck out to you overall,
yeah.
Dave?
Many I didn't really watch because just being engaged in conversation with people, and I'd look over, and if it was something like Temu, I'd just be like,
Yeah.
I don't care about that. But I'm a fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I did like
Yes.
his commercial. Um,
Yes. The
and
neighbor,
a
like a
coworker
good
mentioned
neighbor.
something about a M&M commercial that I guess I just missed. So,
Yeah, I don't know. There's the Dunkin' Donuts
oh,
one,
I,
Uber Eats.
I don't know that I can say I like the Dunkin' Donuts one, but I recognized people in that ad. So
Yes,
I was
yes.
like, oh, I
That
know these
is
people. And then I was
that
like,
is so much of Super Bowl ads. Can we get enough celebrities that people will look at the screen?
yeah, pretty much.
Christopher Walken.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
there's a
his. It
bunch of
was
them. There was
clever.
nothing that I was like, oh man, I gotta share this one on social media. It was so amazing.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
yeah, I don't even remember the Eminem one either.
and back to the top chat.
Oh
D
yes.
Dr. RIP says, LOL, poor Chelsea. Her entire house is being transformed into Nate's weird VR cave. That's
It's so
probably
true.
true. As a quick sidestep,
Yes.
I cleared out a bunch of area in my workroom today, and I put on my new, since I just got it, the new Vision Pro with
Yes.
eyesight. Um, I cleared out a space and was playing around a golf up there. So that was fun. So my workspace is being transformed into a weird VR space. And then also, Dr. RIP says, Land O'Frost is still one of the largest deli meat providers in America. It's literally in every grocery store. Now, I don't want to fight you, but I'm guessing it's not literally in every grocery store. But
Yes.
we can go on.
Yes. Yes. But yeah, Lando Frost. Thank you, producer Todd, Dr. IP VHS, for real-time fact checking.
Hmm.
Well, fact check literally fact checking things for us. But yes, the Super Bowl, I mean, it's they try some of them they just try way too hard. Oh yeah, in this other article I had the best 2024 Super Bowl commercials, all 59 ranked according to USA Today Ad Meter. The M&M's Almost Champions Ring of Comfort was number 25.
There's only been
Uh,
59 or whatever. That's weird.
all 59 ranked, so it must be all 59 of the national, because Temu played theirs like 25. Oh, I did like the Mr. P Pringles with what's his Chris Pratt, just because there was mustaches involved.
Oh,
That
that's
always gets
true.
me.
That's true. I did see that one. Excuse me while I get our next article ready. I'd actually forgot to resize our content here,
Oh, there you go.
but
Well,
we
let
can
us
go
move
on.
on to that one.
Yeah.
Disney invests 1.5 billion with a B in Fortnite developer Epic Games, our biggest foray into the game space ever. Now, it's actually, you might say, oh, they bought Epic Games. Oh, no, no,
No,
no.
no, no.
They bought a small stake in Epic Games, who values themselves quite highly.
Yeah, they
I
do.
forget what the actual number, but yeah, so Disney, I mean, it would make sense to have a good gaming partner. for them, and
Well,
who knows?
Disney's
That's
been
a
in and
lot
out
of
of the
money to throw
gaming
around.
space quite a bit over the years. Most
Yes.
recently, they did their Disney with the little figurines. What is that called? Disney Infinity, I think is what it was. And they had
Oh yeah.
all the little figures, and you could put them in the games and all that stuff. And then they just dropped it like a hot potato. They're like, we're just not doing this anymore. They've had you may be familiar with what is it? Disney Snowball something. It's with the Frozen characters and it's a match 3 game.
Oh
I can't
yes.
remember the name
Yes.
right now.
What was your
Free Fall.
favorite one way back in the day?
Oh, the
The
little not
previous pick of the
Temus,
week.
the little
Yeah,
Tsum
Temu
Tsums,
Temu, Tsum Tsums.
Tsum Tsum games. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
still a thing. So they'll
Yeah.
they'll go hard and then they kind of back off and then they'll go hard. So this is another renaissance where they're going to spend $5 billion and then I can you imagine in Fortnite playing on a team of 4 with Mickey Mouse, uh, Randall from uh, Monsters Inc.,
Oh yeah.
and then like Predator from the Predator movies, and then Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator character, all
Yeah.
in the same team? Wouldn't that just be phenomenal?
That would be epic
That would be epic.
games, which
Donald,
their valuation is 32 billion with a B.
wow,
So they're getting what, a 5% stake at 1.5 billion.
it's lots of money.
Yes, yes,
But
that
they can
is.
leverage decades of characters. Snow White battling Neo from the Matrix. Can you imagine? This would be
I
amazing.
can't. I can't. The possibilities are endless. But yeah, a foray into the higher end gaming space, I think, is what instead
Yeah,
of the fun casual gaming. But they do have a lot of intellectual property that they can hopefully capitalize into games, and then hopefully at some point they'll be available on iPhones if
hopefully.
Apple and Epic can ever shake hands again. And speaking of shaking hands, our next story, ESPN, Fox, and Warner team up to create sports streaming platform. ESPN owned by Disney,
Yeah.
ABC, whatever, whoever the top dog is in that whole thing. And it looks, man, my links are not.
I just
Did I
went to
put
an
the wrong link on
ESPN
there?
title here. Um, ESPN, Fox, and Warner announced plans on Tuesday to launch a sports streaming platform in the fall. Will include offerings from at least 15 networks and all 4 major professional sports leagues. We're talking professional high school basketball. We're
Yes.
talking uh, volleyball. We're talking golf. Now, what are the network? What are the things we're talking about here? Sports leagues. NFL, NHL,
NFL
MLB, NBA.
and NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So,
majors, and I'm sure they'll have. Oh yeah, NASCAR.
mm,
It says WNBA will be there for
oh
you.
yeah,
Bunch of
that's what I want.
college sports stuff. So I don't know if they've released a price on this yet,
Oh, here we go.
but
Here's all
for
the
the
acronyms.
diehard sports fans, this will be a an option. Sports has been so hard with all the streaming stuff, but then do I want to pay for this? And I still won't be able to watch Blazer games because they're local.
It's so
Streaming is,
expensive.
uh, it is. It is all
It's
a
it's one of
mess.
those. It's a big cash grab, right? Because they've got advertising in the game, like billboards
Yes.
and whatever. They've got commercials. They've got sponsorships, and then they want their customers to pay through the roof for all this
Yeah.
content on top of all
Yeah.
the ads. And so it's a cash grab. I do understand it probably takes a couple cents to run a sports ball team, but man,
Yes.
give the
They
customers a
make
break.
they make some money, but most people involved are making money. And which takes us to our next story, some people that aren't making money anymore. One of my favorite previous picks of the week that I It is probably the feature I use most on my computer, Grammarly. It is definitely the most helpful thing I use on my computer. Lays off 230 employees as part of a business restructuring.
Hmm.
And part of that business restructuring is a focus on AI. But another one of these tech layoffs, they just keep, there's some website that keeps track of all the layoffs happening. Let me
Mm-hmm.
see. Layoffs FYI, but it's just insane. Layoffs.fyi, tech layoff tracker. 144 tech companies with layoffs, 34,560 employees laid off in 2024. That is
That's
a
yeah.
whole lot of employees. But some of these companies, you go, how many employees did they need to have? You're like, 230 employees at Grammarly. It's a software that checks your grammar. Like it sells itself. You go to the website and buy it. The memo says Grammarly grew its team from 200 to 1,000 employees over the past 5 years. And in
Mm-hmm.
that time, the company has seen changes in the industry and global environment.
You got to have the CEO. You got to have an executive assistant. You've got to get a financial person on board. You've got to get assistants to the financial person because they don't do anything, right? The accountants. So
Yes,
there's 100 people right there. Then you
yes,
got to get software developers, and you got to get beta testers, and you got to get building maintenance people, and you got to get parking attendants, and then, you know, it just grows from there.
yeah. I just, it seems insane the scale of these companies as someone who has never worked for a large
Well,
corporation.
it's having a profound effect on people who have been laid off a couple times because they're looking at other careers and changing. And
Yeah,
so I wouldn't be surprised if in a couple decades we have a big drought of not being able to find people to do a lot of these jobs because they've moved on and they're doing other things because it's so unstable. That's
yeah,
my
yeah.
prediction.
I'm looking at the layoffs.ai. Snapchat, parent company, laid off 500, which was 10%. So that means they have 5,000 employees at Snapchat. What did, who, what?
More on those
Wow.
later in the just the headlines.
Yes, indeed. Oh my goodness. Well, I think it maybe has been 2 weeks since Google killed off or renamed something,
Yeah,
so I had to get this one in there. Google rebrands Bard chatbot as Gemini, and as everybody else did, rolls out paid subscriptions.
of
So
course.
just like ChatGPT and Copilot, everybody they have their free AI chatbot, and then they also have a paid version. I like the name Gemini much better than Bard.
Yeah.
I get the uh, Shakespearean reference, if I may,
Hmm.
but
Well, and the good thing about Gemini, it reminds me of when my me and my buddy Jim we go down to the get lunch together. People say, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" Oh, Jim and I are going down to the store. So,
yes, yes. Oh, and producer Todd keeps on
oh,
chiming in. Sorry, I'm not seeing all the chats. I need a little buzzer that
you
comes
need the
up for
window right
that.
in front of you.
A window in front of on over the camera. I need to get that. A little light that lights up whenever producer Todd wants to say anything. He said, "Pro tip for home games: get a cheap HD TV antenna." Hashtag Super Bowl. And he also said, "How is Grammarly going to focus on AI? Isn't their actual product AI? What have they been focusing on?" And that is a very good point. And they have added in some, it is using what you could call like an AI to fix your grammar, a grammar checker, and they've
Hmm.
added in features now where they can write stuff for you,
I would
which,
say that's more of an algorithm than an
yes, yeah,
AI,
an
but
algorithm, and then they're trying to add some AI stuff, but
mm,
do they need to focus more on AI? I just want my grammar to be corrected, Lee.
me three.
Yes, yes. Well, me four with Dave's pro tip of the week.
So, Nate, you let on that you knew about this tip. I'm not sure that I knew it, but I came across it in the Apple's Phone Tip app. It's
Oh,
that
nice.
thing that pops up and annoys you every once in
Yes.
a while. So I decided to go in there and check it out. And sure enough, to my dismay, there was a tip that I hadn't heard of before. And I'm not going to
Yeah.
do the high tech device sharing with you today, but I will show you that if you are in a text message, here's a brand new text message to nobody right now,
Hmm.
and you want to quickly share a photo. Well, I'll show you how to do it the old way. You click the little plus button here, which I will do.
The old
Then,
way, as in since iOS 17 came out. But
yeah,
yes, the way that the new old way.
right. And then there's the photos that you can click, and then it gives you uh, some photo options. A little
Oh, a
teaser there
little
coming up.
teaser for later.
Uh, and I had to quickly take a bunch of random photos because I'm like, I had stuff for the HOA in there and a receipt that
No
I scanned. And
violations, neighbor
yeah, of
violations.
course, I'm the narc, neighborhood narc. So, speaking of which, I better turn on my Wise Cam so I can see outside. Sometimes it just randomly shuts off
Oh,
my
nice.
thing, because terrible
Why
quality
not?
products. That's beside the point. So, to do it quickly, the same aforementioned plus button, if you tap and hold, behold,
Boom. Uh, the
the
power
photos
of
are just right there.
photo. Yeah.
You just tap and hold, photo, tap, enters it into your text, boom, Bob's your aunt.
Yes, that is so nice. And I send so many photos via text message. And I was aware of that one. I heard about it somewhere and I did not share it with others. So I'm glad you found it so that
Yeah,
everyone can know instead of just
organically.
me.
Yeah, it worked
Very
out. We got
nice.
to it eventually. It's fine.
Yes, yeah. There's always something new to learn.
Totally.
Well, with that, it's time for everyone's favorite segment, Just the Headlines.
That's
And
true.
do we have visibility on the driveway cam just to do a quick
Oh,
check-in to see
we
what's
do.
happening?
My apologies. I had it connected. I just didn't have my viewer window. So if
Your
something
viewer
amazing
on.
would happen, I couldn't see it. So the wife is gone tonight, so my beautiful vehicle is not there. But you get a better view of my other blue vehicle there.
Yes, very
Um,
nice.
do I start these or do you? I don't remember.
I will start.
Okay.
Just the headlines. Mob sets Waymo car ablaze in San Francisco.
That's enlightening. Ring video doorbell customers angry at a 43% price hike. What? Seriously? Angry about that?
They haven't been around long. Uh, Americans lost record 10 billion with a B dollars to fraud in 2023, FTC warns.
Unrelated new income idea. Uh, in a first for Uber since becoming a public company many years ago, an annual profit.
Woohoo! They finally made it. Alaska Air CEO says loose bolts found in many Boeing plane jets.
That's not encouraging.
Many.
Snap, the aforementioned company that laid off a bunch of people, is recalling and refunding every drone it ever sold, which was not very
Hmm.
many, 70,000.
Yeah, I think they
Yikes.
explode or something.
Yeah.
And speaking of exploding, should you flush with toilet lid up or down? Study says it doesn't matter.
I
And
have an opinion
those
though.
are just the headlines.
So, Nate, let's take a small moment for a sidestep.
Yeah.
What is your answer to flushing with the toilet down or up, the lid?
I have never once before I saw this article had any thought on how I flush the toilet. And so usually I would be flushing as my slow close previous pick of the week. Slow close toilet lid is closing.
Okay.
Now I'm guessing that you have an opinion on this because you said you have an opinion on this.
I have an opinion. I believe that there is less uh, particulate matter released into the atmosphere if you first close the lid and then flush with the violent swirling of potential fecal matter and into swirls and
Into
pluming.
swirls. Well, this study says it doesn't matter. So you can head to our show notes, click on the link, and read up about that. And producer Todd says literally today another door fell off an airplane mid flight.
What are those guys
Literally
over at
today.
Boeing even doing?
I don't
I think it's
know.
time for some competition. Do Tesla make airplanes or something? Electric airplanes?
Yes. And in other news, a programming note. Next week, we will be recording on Wednesday evening because I will be flying to social media marketing world in California and back. So I will be on a plane both Sunday and Wednesday, but we will be recording Wednesday evening instead of our usual Tuesday evening. And I will try to get some reminders out where applicable.
You need to make sure you book an Airbus, my friend.
Yes, yes. I should check to see which flight craft I will be riding on.
Yeah, I guess that's
I'll have
the.
my Vision Pro on, so it doesn't matter,
If
and
the
I'll
door
just
goes
look
off, you
for.
just like it's more realistic because it's breezy on the
Yes,
moon.
I'm guessing people aren't fighting for the door aisles,
Not
exit
no,
aisles at
that
the
used to be a
moment.
coveted seat, but anymore, I think. Oh no, you have it. No, no, I'm fine. I'll sit in
Yeah.
the middle.
Well, yeah. And the first one that happened over Portland, that wasn't even a door, it was a door plug where a door could have been. So it's
Hmm.
like, yeah, well, leave it in the Lord's hands. So hopefully I will, Lord willing, I'll be back next Wednesday, one day later than usual, to record the show.
If
And
it's your time, it's your time.
it's my time. And with that, on to our takes of the week. And as I mentioned at the top of the show, Apple officially splits iTunes for Windows into Apple Music, TV, and Devices apps. Now, iTunes has been gone on the Mac for a while now, but on iTunes for Windows, they still had the same app, which I could see that would be a lot more work because they probably really don't like developing for Windows,
You know,
and keeping it all in one app on Windows just made sense. But they're going to finally split it up into the
I
individuals.
think Steve Jobs had some comments about developing programs for Windows.
Yes,
And
yes.
I might paraphrase by saying it's not a pleasant experience. So
Yes, exactly. But yeah, so if you are a Windows user and you use iTunes, that will soon be uh, upgrading to. I should check my Windows machine and see if it is available yet. I really don't feel either way, but man, iTunes, you had a good run.
hmm
When was that first release? Like 2001?
I wish I would have remembered the koozie that you got me that said pour one out for
Oh yeah.
iTunes when they got rid of it on
Oh
Apple.
man, I just put all my koozies I had up here in a bin. I should have got that out. The things I think of after we
Mid-show.
start or after the show, I'm like, oh, I should have worn that hat tonight to go with this story. But
Hmm.
nonetheless, we continue with tech news um, and more Windows news. This is why it's not fun to develop for Windows. MS-DOS and Windows 3.11 still run train dashboards at German Railway. Company listed admin job for 30-year-old operating system.
I mean, it's getting ridiculous about companies just trying to save a buck by not upgrading their software, but it's like,
Yeah,
come on, guys.
yeah, the German railway firm. I wonder if they're losing any doors. The admin would purportedly oversee systems with 166 megahertz processors and a whopping 8 megabytes, not gigabytes, of RAM.
What are you going to do with
And
all that
yeah,
space?
yes. Oh, you'll never need more than 8 MB. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem to say in the article what it would take to replace that software for the German railway firm.
Like
But it
90
seems
bucks
like maybe
upgrade, I
in,
think.
yeah, yeah, like maybe take that money and invest it in upgrading your software into Windows 11, which they'll probably replace in another couple years. But
I have an
ay,
idea.
ay, ay.
I have an idea.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm going to cough real quick. So talk among yourselves.
Okay. Yeah, I am excited to hear Dave's idea
I hope that was muted.
on something. It was.
My idea is if I'm a big infrastructure type thing like a city government or a railway or an airline or something, don't develop software for any of these platforms, be it Windows or Apple, whatever. Get Linux or something and
Mm,
develop a roll your own software that you can support and that you control because you can't control when
yeah.
they're going to discontinue Windows or whatever. Just do it yourself. I mean, come on, that's my idea. It might cost more, but at least you have full control over everything. And if you want to run it for 30 years, you can run it for 30 years.
Yes, yes. And it does say in the article that this was responsible for railway display boards for almost all of Germany. So it's
Mm.
the railway display boards. We can go to Costco, get some TCL TVs, get in contact with Telly, get some free TVs,
Mm-hmm.
run a little web app, and problem solved.
Hey, for $10 per screen, you can get the web-based OptiSigns, which is what
Yes.
I use at my work. And you do
Yeah.
everything in the web and it pushes it down to the TVs. $10 a month. How many TVs do they have? A
Yeah.
thousand? I mean, that's a lot of money per month, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You can
Well,
do
we
it from
do.
the comfort of your toilet seat because you can just do it
Yeah.
on your phone.
Yes, with your travel bidet
Yeah.
at hand. Well, we do have two security and privacy stories. The first one, fraudulent app impersonating LastPass, currently available in Apple App Store, which has been since updated to no longer available in Apple App Stores. But the app LastPass,
Hmm.
like Lassie, the Lassie
A
Pass,
LastPass.
uh,
How are you
yes.
doing,
So,
Las? You gonna pass
and it
me?
looks very similar to LastPass, and I'm guessing it would try to get you to log in with your LastPass credentials, which would be
Mm-hmm.
nightmarish. But Apple was able to take that down. But just a great reminder: pay attention to the apps you're downloading.
Wow.
If you can, go to their website and find a link to the app or something like that, because everyone at Apple, the App Store is uh, traditionally much better than the Google Play Store, but stuff can still get through, um, and not
Indeed.
good. And it had a ton of ratings, it looks like. Oh, one rating for 5 stars. All I saw was 5 stars, and I was like, oh yeah, that's the app I want. I'm sure
Download it.
LastPass does not have 5 stars. It looks like maybe it does in that little screenshot they have there, four and a
Hmm.
half stars. But yeah, that's Danger Zone. And another one that we found out was not true over the last week, there was a story that came out that 3 million smart toothbrushes were used in a DDoS attack. But it comes out that it was not malware
Oh
infected
boy.
smart toothbrushes.
Look at our
Um,
our Getty image here of the
yes,
fellow.
with the toothbrush in the mouth and coming out his ear. But
Wow.
Arger Zeitung reported that approximately 3 million smart toothbrushes were hijacked by hackers to launch a distributed denial of service attack. Um, but they didn't. Bleeping Computer looked into it and found it hard to credit this toothsome tale.
Oh,
Uh,
so were they just trying to get clicks? Is it clickbaity?
yes, clickbaity
You know
for the
what?
clicks.
An AI wrote the stupid article.
Oh, I'm
That's
sure
probably
it
what happened.
probably did. Yes. that they were running Java and it was infected, and it was, and not that something like this couldn't happen, but this was a sensational story that does not look to be true. But
Mm,
also be careful about downloading rogue firmware to your smart toothbrush. If
yes,
that's a
look out for
thing,
that.
just don't get a. Do you need a smart toothbrush?
I got a
I mean, I
buzzing one, but it
understand them.
doesn't connect to
Yeah,
the internet.
yeah, I understand motorized. I understand, some of the different features, but I don't know that my toothbrush. Always ask yourself, does this need to be connected to the internet? Will
Hmm.
that help anything?
Will it help? Mm.
Will it? Will it?
I,
Well,
I
after
need to
that,
brighten my teeth.
I have got a great bonus odd take
Oh
for you
yeah?
this week. It is a game that I came across. I was going to say stumbled upon, but I
Mm.
did not use the service stumble upon to get here. It is called Sandtris. And as you load it up and start your game, you will see what appears to be Tetris. It
Okay.
looks like I got a little yellow shape. Oh, and then there the music has kicked in. But once you start, Dave, I'm going to stop mine so that I can
Oh,
hear myself think. Mute tab.
it's splooshing.
It is splooshing as in sand. And what it took me a while to figure out is that there are each different style of block, or each block is a different color. So you're actually working by colors. So if you can get the same color to go all the way across your screen,
Oh,
then you get a line in Tetris parlance.
interesting.
But it is just, it's like, who thinks of this stuff?
I don't know,
I
but I
just
could
get,
be sitting here doing lines all day.
yes, yes, but Sandtris, and it is at sandtris.com, SAND like sand, and TRIS like tries
Does
dot
it
com.
get faster or?
I don't know there when you start your game, you can select different levels, and I don't know in traditional Tetris when you get to line 10, then it would get faster. So I believe when I was playing with it earlier, it took me too long to figure out
It
how it
is.
the
It's
gameplay
it's
mechanics.
a little difficult here.
Yeah.
I'm not able. I did it once at the very beginning, but now it's how do you
Well,
pile the sand?
not to upset you, Dave, but I just left it playing muted on my screen. I haven't touched it, and I already have 6 lines, and I haven't
Yikes!
touched the game. So, oh, make that 7 lines. So let
Wait,
me see if me not touching the screen
that one didn't
actually
break
outplays you.
down. What
Yeah, some
happened?
of them, I don't know on those ones. Some of them
It's a
are a little
special.
wetter sand
Oh,
that, oh, I think I'm at 9 lines. Yes. Oh, and here comes 10 lines without touching. Hands free, folks. Hands behind my head. I am beating Dave at Tetris.
oh, here we go.
It,
Watch this. Watch this. I got a Santris.
boof.
This is strangely addictive.
Yeah, I've got 10 lines. It didn't take me to level 2, so I don't know if it does up your level at
Well,
some point.
in
But
the interest of time, we should
yes,
probably move on.
I smell a Dave Plays Games in the future. This is just a teaser for what you can find in all the wonderful live streams of Dave Plays
The
Games.
four that there
Uh,
are.
I
I,
am up to 12 lines. I'm just going to let it play and see what my final score is here.
I got a game over as soon as I looked away.
Okay, well, you know what's not a game over? Our picks of the week!
I I was too slow on the echo thing. Uh,
That's all right.
well, were we gonna do that video thing or no?
Yeah, well,
Oh,
that's related to my picks.
okay.
So you go ahead with yours.
Okay, so I've been purchasing several things,
Yeah.
but I decided that I would talk about this one because it's something that can really help a loved one who might be suffering from a muscle cramp or like a soreness or whatever. Years ago, I
Soreness.
bought a heating pad from Walmart. You microwave it and you put it on your
Yeah.
shoulder or whatever because I was having a shoulder issue. I'm okay now. I appreciate all of your
That's
concerns out there. Don't need to send
good to
a
hear.
letter. Uh, but my spouse was like, I sure would like to have one of those. And here in the wintertime, one of the advantages is you heat this thing up, it warms you up as well. It's like
Ah, yes.
a thing.
Warming and heating all
Yeah,
in one.
all in one. So, my pick this week is the UNCN wide microwave heating pad with washable cover, 9 by
Mm.
15 microwavable hot pad for neck, shoulder cramps, back pain relief, cordless worm, compressed, weighted, moist heat, back rakes, Unscented.
Woohoo.
Whew. Uh, and you might be interested to learn that these microwavable heating pads, what's contained in them, because you will microwave them, you'll be like, there's a scent, even though this is
Is it
unscented. There is an aroma
flaxseed?
to these. Yes, look at this. There's flaxseed, there's soybeans or sorghum, same thing, right? Millet and clay beads is what makes up the
Oh,
contents of this heating pad. And so it does
wow.
smell a little earthy, and it goes
Yeah.
away pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
But the moisture kind of smells. But it's amazing to me that these natural products can retain heat when microwaved. I don't understand the physics of what's going on, but nonetheless, you saw there it's about 17 to 20 bucks. You can buy one of these, and it's worked great. My
Nice.
significant other loves it because she's been having trouble with a sore arm. So,
Very nice. I like that. I was looking for my pick of the week, but yes, we have some variations. I do like that one that it's a 9 by 15, a larger
it's a
one.
little larger, yeah.
We have some smaller ones, and Chelsea has some booties that you can warm up and different things. But having a nice, I am a larger person, so I have larger areas of my body, so that would
Uh,
be a nice little effect.
hmm.
Well, for my pick of the week, I purchased a week and a half ago, the Apple Vision Pro.
Oh,
Now, as most people know, oh yeah, right there. Dave's got the Apple Vision Pro. Mine
with
looks
the
more like
eyesight.
mine looks more like this.
Well, that's the knockoff version.
Yeah, the beautiful, beautiful Apple Vision Pro, and um, it's spendy, it is fragile, and you have your battery pack to carry around with you. And I thought, you know
Indeed.
what? There was a couple times where I took it places and it's like carefully carrying it out to the car and setting it down. I said, you know what? I bet, I bet exists out in the world the wrong thing that is showing up on my Amazon purchases
Oh,
here. Let me get
we got
back
some
to it.
driveway action.
Oh, the truck is gone.
Big truck is driving away.
Nice.
All right, we're back. And
Okay,
I
so
apologize for the squeaky thing here, but go on.
your squeaky chair. Uh, so I went to Amazon and I said, you know what must exist? The Sarlar hard carrying case compatible with Meta Oculus Quest 2, Quest 3 original Elite version VR gaming headset and touch controllers accessories suitable for travel and home storage. Couldn't do it in one breath. There's a lot of big words
Hmm.
there.
Is this a
Um,
case type item?
it is.
Oh, why
So
didn't you
it
buy the
is.
$200 one from Apple?
Yes, I did not want to spring for the $200 one from Apple. This one is lower quality. I have heard the Apple one is simply amazing, but for $200, I figured I'd go with this one. So you open it up. It's got, you put the front down here, it wraps around. It's got two little straps, so this not only works for the Apple Vision Pro. They've just found out that all these ones they made for the Quest
Mm-hmm.
also work for the AVP,
Yeah.
and it's got a couple
Alien
things in
versus
there.
Predator.
Yes, so you can put your battery in there, you can put a spare battery, put your cables in there, and it also came with, I was very excited, a little
Yes.
eye mask to cover the inner lenses, which I'm also like, I don't want those exposed to things.
I
Uh,
when I bought stuff for mine, my Vision Pro,
yes,
uh, knockoff, I use these all the time because I like to set my controllers inside of the thing, and
yeah,
those glasses, they're the plastic lenses get scratched easily. So these are
yes,
a very important product, and you can use them in your tanning bed too. If you want to do that, you can do that.
There you go. And give you some nice tan lines. That's why I was thinking. I was like, man, this summer I could sit out in the backyard, watch a movie, and have the world's largest raccoon eyes. Um, Now, this case, it's more compact than some of them, but my thought is, and I'm sure people will come out with something, you can easily take the strap off.
Hmm.
So you could have a case that was about half the size for the Vision Pro. I did see, it wasn't 12 South, but one of the typical Apple accessory makers announced their AVP case. And I was like, oh, let's go check it out. It's got to be less than $200. It's like $160 and just as
Yay!
big as the Apple one.
Well, they've
Uh,
taken a cue from Apple. They're like, how much can we get away with charging for this
yes.
thing?
I will note I have been using the double strap
Hmm.
some just to test that out as opposed to the very nice single strap. It does, you're going to be surprised. Having a strap over the top of your head helps with weight distribution.
Interesting.
Yeah,
It's
mark
almost
that one
like
down.
it's almost like nobody else has ever. Uh, oh, sorry, I hit the wrong button. It's
Ever
almost like
thought of a
nobody else
theme
has
song?
ever thought of that before.
Yeah, yes, exactly. But yeah, so I did want to give a little update on the AVP because I'm
Hmm.
sure people are curious. I have not heard from any other listeners that they have purchased one. I am still enjoying it. I use it most of the day while I'm working, sitting right here at my desk. Put a big old laptop screen. I can have a YouTube video playing up above. I use the Juno app since YouTube has not released an app, and then I
Did
can
you
have my
know?
text messages over there.
Go on, go on.
Did Juno,
Hmm.
Juno, which was $5, but mostly it's working and then consuming videos. I did take it over to the Super Bowl, and my brothers tried it out, and they were watching Avatar, and my brother is playing Fruit Ninja,
I have a
and it is
question.
still early days, but it's fun. Yes.
I like to use extensions with my Safari browsers to do various things, like block ads and do various other things.
Yes.
Does the Safari browser on Vision Pro support extensions?
Hmm. I do not know that. I do know that uh, Vision OS supports Bitwarden Password Manager. I installed that, got logged in, and I can have that as my default password manager whenever I'm opening up an app or using
Well,
Safari
that's an
or anything.
extension, so maybe they
So
can.
maybe it does. Yeah, it looks like Safari does support extensions. I did watch. I was like, how do I watch the Super Bowl? Try it out on the Vision Pro, and I opened up Safari and went to YouTube TV and was able to pull it up, put it. And when you do put videos in Safari into full screen, it creates a nice 16.9 rounded corner
Mm.
uh, AVP experience.
You keep saying
So.
AVP. All I can think is Alien versus Predator every single
Yeah.
time.
Yes.
Maybe it should
Alien
just be VP.
VP. My vision. Because it's an Apple. We already know it's Apple. We know it's Pro. So it's just in my vision. It is. It
The
is
Vision.
good. But one of the other things we didn't get to show off last week was the personas. And so
Mm.
earlier today, I had a FaceTime call with friend of the show, Wes,
Hmm. I've
and
heard of him.
I had him screen record so that you guys now I do want to have a warning here. This may be disturbing to some people, like
Trigger
my
warning.
yeah, wife and daughter, who were very creeped out about by it when I showed them. But this is the original persona that I created in having a FaceTime call with Wes. So, Dave, if you want to pop the video on there, that was perfect timing when I was showing the various eye things, and there's my virtual
Do you want me to
hands.
start it from the beginning or?
No, that's
Okay.
fine. One of the cool things that somebody was talking about on a podcast is like if I have the Vision Pro on and I'm FaceTiming, and if I drag the Vision Pro, you'll see it here in a minute. If I drag the window around, it treats that as where the camera
The
is.
virtual camera placement.
Yeah, so it actually, wherever the window is, so if I turn around, it'll obviously do that, but you can like do these panning shots. Now, I don't have a mustache. My hair is nearly non-existent, which isn't quite true. You
That's
can't add a
pretty
trucker hat
true.
yet. But yeah, without the mustache, and then the neck gets really weird. And producer Todd says, "Ha ha ha! Ha, holy crap! That is the most terrifying thing I've ever seen." Uh,
It's pretty disturbing, especially when your eyes were going all crazy.
yes.
Oh, speaking of,
Yes, it's a
oh,
little bug-eyed.
here
I
comes
did.
Wes.
Oh yeah, to end his the teeth are really messed up. I did do a new version of it today, and it was a
Wow.
little bit better. But I would not recommend wearing a colored shirt when you do your
Yeah, because it kind of becomes part of your
persona,
neck.
and I would recommend not having an amazing mustache.
Yeah.
So
Oh, this is. I don't.
yes.
Oh, yeah. I, c- I could
Like
kind of.
you can definitely tell it's me. It's the uncanny valley of wow, that's really trying hard. Now, I will remind people the persona is still Apple still says it is beta version.
Yeah.
So like when you open the settings, it says beta. So they're working this. The next version of the software, I've heard it is gotten better. Obviously now they have hundreds of thousands of people using this so they can
Oh,
learn and get a lot of data and see what works and what doesn't work and then hopefully improve that. So
who am I?
um yeah, stiff neck. There you go, you've got it down, man. It's like you're a
Ugh.
persona faking. But if you would like either of our picks, make sure you go over to notpicks.com. This is where we usually like to do our Amazon purchase. Nope, not this week. Didn't have any new stuff on there. There was some older stuff, but I didn't go back. But please, if you, I know you, not if, when you go to shop on Amazon, go to notpicks.com, click on an Amazon link there, then we get a little kickback so we can
Yeah.
fund our CES trip and Dave's Apple Vision Pro and
And you
my
don't even
Apple
have to
Vision
buy the
Pro.
product you click on.
No,
It
no, you just go
cookies you,
there.
and
Yeah,
then anything you buy on Amazon from that point forward until you know, there's a
yes. If you need
that
ideas of
session.
what to buy, you
Yeah.
just scroll through and look for something cool that would be a good gift. It's a little late for Valentine's Day tomorrow. I guess if you order now, you could get it delivered overnight for your special someone.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's all kinds of, I mean, we've been doing picks for a lot of years now. A lot of them are up there. There's some great tech and non-tech gifts, some home kitchen, all
Hmm.
kinds of different stuff. So please go over to notpicks.com, click through there, and then we can feature you on a future Ramazon purchase of the week. And with that, I think we're going to wrap this one up. Thank you so much for joining us. It was a blast. Watch on YouTube, subscribe, like, podcast, website, social media, tech better.
See ya.